Just wanted to talk, that's all.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's our favorite time of year, West Coast trip time. And we're going to have a game tonight at 10 p.m. So the recap will be, 12:45 in the morning. And, we'll have Terrence on from the West Coast, as we always do Friday nights. I'm genuinely interested to see what Major League Baseball looks like in a minor league ballpark, because I haven't watched any of the A's games this year. I don't even know if you can call them home games. I mean, they're temporary home games, like, friends' couch games. Anyway, I want everyone to be prepared for a tougher series than we would typically expect against the A's, although the A's have played us pretty well in recent years. They're playing good this year, and they're sending out a couple of really good pitchers. We'll talk about the pitching matchup. They have, obviously, one of the hardest throwers in all of baseball at the back end of their bullpen, Mason Miller. Probably maybe second hardest thrower in the game behind the guy from the Angels, Ben Joyce, is that his name? But I really think that if the Yankees play well and pitch well, they should be able to take at least 2 out of 3. Tonight would be the game you worry the most about because we've got Will Warren on the mound. And full disclosure, I've got a little bit of a cold right now, and so I'm a little bit medicined up. And so if I call him Adam Warren, it's just it's more medicine than I'm more medicine than man right now. So my brain is not, it's a little foggy. But anyway, we've got somebody coming back. DJ Lemahieu is expected to be back pretty soon. Could be this weekend. Could be against Seattle. And I think we should expect him to take over at second base when he's back. He's off to a good start in his rehab assignment, hitting .474, 9 for 19. He does have 1 home run. Honestly, I'm a little worried that his days of being able to drive the baseball could be over. With all the foot and leg injuries over the last couple of years, and this is honestly a surprise they're going to have him play at second base. I'm surprised his mobility will allow that. But offensively, I'm just not sure what we can realistically expect him to do. We saw him last year. He wasn't driving the ball. He's a year older now, and he's already coming back from a leg injury. As a hitter in the major leagues, you have to have a strong base. You have to your power comes from the ground up. But I'm not talking about home run power. I'm talking about driving the baseball power, gap power, line drive power, hitting the ball hard. That comes from having a strong foundation. And once you start to have a plethora of foot injuries, of, broken bones and broken toes and all sorts of stuff, it can be tough at that age to get back to where you were or even close to where you were. I did see some footage of him in AA and AAA, and I know his numbers were great, but I didn't see a lot to make me think that he's doing better. The swing still seemed kind of lazy. It still seemed like soft. I don't mean lazy in like the pejorative, that he's not swinging hard, not trying. I mean it that it seemed kind of just ineffectual, right? I mean, I have no doubt that he can hit minor league pitching because he's got 2 batting championships. Just on muscle memory alone, he should be able to take down some of these, 19, 20, 21-year-olds. But what happens if you put him in there against Mason Miller or against Luis Severino or against any of the number of great pitchers that the Mariners have coming up next week? I suspect that he's going to struggle. Now, I hope that he comes back and he proves me wrong, and I hope that he becomes the DJ that won the batting title for us. But I'm not optimistic about it. Personally, I like what we've seen from Yorbit Vivas so far. I'm going to share with you. It's very, very limited. But the StatCast stuff, hang on just a second. I got to share my screen here. The StatCast stuff is so far promising for him in a couple of areas and not so promising in others. So you look at the walk percentage and the chase percentage. They're exactly in line with the scouting report. He does have 1 hit, one lonely island of a hit. And everything else, The hard hit percentage is good. Obviously, only made contact a couple times. But a lot of stuff is bad. The bat speed is about league average. But he has got a very good eye. He is 1 for 10 to begin his major league career. I hope they keep giving him opportunities. He's in the lineup tonight. We'll go over that after we do the sponsor and all that stuff. And, as we get closer to game time and we have more people in the chat, we'll talk about it. The Truth 99 says, Vivas isn't ready. I'd be curious to hear your perception on why. I mean, he hit 350 in AAA. He's only had 10 at-bats. He's had 14 plate appearances in the major leagues. I think it's too soon to make that assessment. I really do. But we are going to see some solid pitching in this series. Osvaldo Bido, sounds like a Yankee name, will be on the mound tonight. He is 2-2 with a 4.71 ERA. Last year he made 16 appearances, 9 of which were starts. 5-3 record, 3.41 ERA. Strikes out about a hitter per inning, at least last year he did. Year before that, 48 in 50 2/3 innings. And this year, 21 in 36 1/3 innings. So less. It looks like he throws about a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, which is slightly below average for right-handed pitchers in the American League. He does have a good slider. His off-speed is in the 86th percentile. So he's got a good changeup, the cutter, and the sinker. His ground ball percentage is in the 9th percentile, which tells me that his sinker, if he throws it, is not super effective, right? If you're throwing a sinker, if you're a true sinker baller, your ground ball percentage should be way higher. His hard hit percentage is slightly better than league average in the 56th percentile. Not great at keeping the ball off the barrel of the bat. Not great at striking out hitters this year. But let's remember, when the Yankees faced Sagano for the Baltimore Orioles, he only had 9 strikeouts in like 30 innings. And then he proceeded to strike out 8 Yankees in about 6 scoreless innings. Maybe 7. So don't read too much into that. Still kind of early for strikeout numbers and so forth. Carlos Rodon will be on the mound in Game 2 tomorrow. I'm really excited about what we've seen from him recently. His StatCast numbers are back to being elite. If you go through his recent years, and I did this once before, you watch through the year by year, you see the guy's progression in terms of metrics. So early on, he was kind of middle of the pack in his early years. He had some good stuff, some down stuff. 2018, more red. It starts to build up. 2019, he was injured, didn't qualify. 2020, obviously the COVID year, didn't pitch much. And then 2021, he put it all together and was dominant across the board. 2022, same thing. But then he comes to the Yankees, 2023, and really struggled. Last year, improvements in a number of areas, especially the off-speed. And now this year, everything back up to where it was back around 2021. And we have to give the man credit. He has gotten himself into great shape. It says 6'2", 255, but he looks like he's slimmed down a lot over the last couple of years. He seems strong. And 57 strikeouts in 48 2/3 innings. He's throwing the fastball a lot, but he's also mixing in the changeup, the sinker, and the curveball. I think he needs to use that big roundhouse curveball more. Get ahead early in the count, backdoor breaking ball to righties, front door curveball to lefties. We've seen Max Fried do that. We've seen a lot of lefties in the past. Andy Pettitte used to do that a lot. I'm trying to think of some. Ted Lilly used to do that a lot. Lefties who have that big roundhouse curveball, it's not a strikeout pitch, but it is a strike pitch. And hitters are expecting something hard when you throw 97, 98 like Carlos Rodon does. So sneak a curveball in their first pitch. Get that easy strike one. And now you can go a sinker, a slider, a cutter. You can do any number of things to give them a different look. And then you can finish them off with either the high fastball or the nasty slider in the dirt. It gives you multiple ways to go after a hitter. I really think he needs to use that earlier in the count. And it wouldn't surprise me if J.P. Sears, who we're going to see in Game 2, does that for the A's. He throws a sweeper. He will backdoor it. He's got a great start to his season so far. 4-2, 2.93 ERA, 7 games started, 40 innings, 32 strikeouts, and his metrics are really good. He's 29 years old. He was part of the Frankie Montas deal. Not a big guy, 5'11", 180, but he is a true pitcher these days. He mixes it up, 5-pitch mix, doesn't walk guys, is in the 95th percentile, and look, keeps the ball off the barrel of the bat, keeps the exit velocity down. He's not great at getting strikeouts, but that's not his game. His game is to create soft contact if he can, and he does it without an outstanding fastball. He only throws 92-ish miles an hour. Average fastball is 92.2. It's in the 20th percentile, so the bottom fifth of the league, but still quite effective. We're also going to see Luis Severino in this series. Old friend Louis. Let's hear it for Louis. I'll always like Luis Severino. And it was a joy watching him develop as a Yankee. I wish it had ended better, his career with the Yankees. But 1-3 with a 3.62 ERA so far this year. 8 games started, 49 2/3 innings, 38 strikeouts, 1.21 whip. He keeps the ball off the barrel of the bat, something he had trouble with in his last year with the Yankees. You look at that ERA, 6.65. He was 4-8. He was tipping pitches. He went to the Mets. He found it. He made 31 starts last year, and he was solid. Ground ball percentage, slightly below league average. Strikeout percentage, below league average. So right now, it seems like he's just basically using a pitch mix of fastball, sinker, sweeper, cutter, change, slider to create softer contact. His average exit velocity against is, a little bit below league average, but he's not walking as many guys. He's slightly above league average. So I'm interested to see what we get out of Luis Severino pitching against us on Sunday. And the Yankees have not announced a starter for that day. It could be Yarbrough. He pitched well in filling in for Clark Schmidt last week. That wouldn't surprise me. We've heard about Alan Winans, who's had some good numbers in AAA. And then, Carlos Carrasco got DFA'd, but he just re-signed with the organization and went back to AAA. So technically he's not on the 40-man roster anymore. So if the Yankees want to bring him back, they would have to either DFA somebody or put somebody on the 60-day IL. I'd imagine that they could do that at some point, and they're keeping him on the roster or in the organization in case they need to do that. But I hope we don't see Cookie anymore. All right, let's go to the players to watch. Here's my players to watch. Obviously, Trent Grisham continues to hand out the all expenses paid, free, beverage included, custom mustache fry. I don't know. I invent new adjectives for that every time. But last 10 games, 4 home runs, 7 RBIs, OPS over 1,000, 1.047. Austin Wells, last 12 games, he's got 3 home runs, he's got 13 RBIs, 5 of them in that one inning, but the OPS over 800 in that stretch. Let's hope that he can sustain that for a while. Cody Bellinger, last 5 games, turning it on. 316 average, 1.013 OPS, not in the starting lineup tonight. He is on my thumbnail. I hate when I do that, when I create the thumbnail and then the lineup comes out and the guy's not in there, but maybe we'll see him, maybe. And then Anthony Volpe, last 11 games, hitting 300 with an 856 OPS. Seems to be taking less of a power approach. I'm going to pull up Anthony Volpe's StatCast metrics too, because he continues to be just a interesting player. And you look at the base running value, it's above average. Hitting value is above average this year. Fielding run value just has taken a dip down, actually. He's had some errors. I feel like his range is a little bit below. And you look at the fielding, he's been below league average this year as a fielder. So when you hear people saying, oh, he's an amazing fielder, well, this year he really hasn't been. But again, sample size is kind of small. He's hitting 229 right now, 313 OBP, 5 home runs, 5 stolen bases. So on pace for probably 2020 again. But the power has taken a tick down as he's adjusted to hitting more balls up the middle. This is where I want to see his scatter pattern of hits, right where it is. You see all these? These are line drives right up the middle towards the right of second base. That's his game. I'd be fine if he just did that most of the year, and that was most of his hits. Take second, run the base as well. Do want him to tighten up his defense a little bit, especially in big spots. So that's where we're at, players to watch. Let's get your predictions in the chat. I'm going to fire up mine real quick.
This was built by a wizard.
So Cody Bellinger, even though he's not in the starting lineup, we're going out on a limb. I'm saying pinch hit home run for Cody Bellinger tonight. pinch hit home run for Big Cody. He had that clutch home run the other night. Now, this would necessitate probably the Yankees being down in the game. It would also necessitate a situation arising for him to hit. But when I put him on the thumbnail, I committed to the Nostra Derek pick. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It is what it is. Let's get your comments in the chat. Lori C says she just can't trust Volpe. CTC Card says Judge had a bad April last year. Belly had a bad April this year. It happens. 100% correct. CT also says that Belly will deliver if he gets in the game. The Truth says he wonders how much Trent Grisham is going to get paid. Trent Grisham also having a very nice year according to StatCast. 10 home runs. Ton says he wishes that we still had JP Sears. You and me both, pal. You and me both. Peter says, Q, I've never been so wrong in my whole life. Might as well do it ahead of time.
I've never been so wrong in my whole life.
All right, we're waiting on those predictions. Get them into the chat. I'm going to fire up the ad, then we'll come back. We'll go over the lineup and your predictions in just a minute.
Oh, Todd Father, remember the good old days when we would have the cards in the binders, but then they'd get all messed up and we're trying to sell online and it's just real clunky? They really actually weren't the good old days, were they?
No, they were definitely not. But now there's a better way. The Arena Club has been dominant with this. You get to trade your cards. You could sell them. But the best part for me is getting them graded. I love everything about that. This new age of getting cards graded. You could display them on your online showroom, your mobile device. It's the coolest thing in the world.
Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or displaying, Arena Club is the all-in-one trading card platform. You have to sign up for an account at arenaclub.com/foul. Just like Todd Father mentioned, there's a process that combines AI and human grading to get the job done. Right now, 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/foul. Use code FOUL. That's arenaclub.com/foul. Code FOUL for 20% off your first purchase.
All right, and reminder to check out nyydesigns.shop. It's one of the ways that this channel is able to be sustained through selling of merch, and I do take requests for merch. If you want something custom, I'm happy to put it together. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup for tonight. Trent Grisham back in the leadoff spot, and he gets the thumbnail for the Yankees. They featured him. I mean, that's how well he's been swinging the bat. Aaron Judge in the number 2 hole. I suspect he's going to do some damage in this ballpark. It's kind of a launching pad, and he's from the area. He always tends to hit well against the A's. I think he's going to have a monster series. Ben Rice at the DH spot tonight. Excuse me. That medicine kicking in. I need a little nap before the game tonight. We got a couple hours. But Ben Rice at the DH spot. Be interesting to see when Giancarlo comes back what they do. We're still probably at least a week or two away, if not more. Paul Goldschmidt at first base tonight. He's another guy to keep an eye on. He's been swinging the bat good. Jason Dominguez out there in left field tonight. Man, I want Jason Dominguez to get it going. He hits well from the left side, right? And he hasn't done much from the right side, but we need him to go on a little tear so that they stop sitting him. I want him to really make an impact. We've seen flashes of the talent, but he's still a little bit raw as a player right now. Let's see. We got Anthony Volpe at shortstop. J.C. Escarra, the hero from the other night, the walk-off behind the dish. Oswaldo Cabrera is your third baseman, and Yorbit Vivas getting another chance at second base, perhaps one of his final chances here before DJ LeMahieu comes back. So let's hear about your predictions and your thoughts on tonight's lineup. Genesee Hops says Ben Rice home run tonight. We'll take it. CT says 6 Ks for Warren, 5 innings, 3 runs. Pretty specific. I'll sign up for that, honestly. 5 innings, 3 runs from him. The Truth says Dominguez, 2-homer game. I'll sign up for that right now. Let's see here. Gregory Wayne says Volpe in the 6th spot. Would rather him hit 9th every day. I mean, he's a better hitter than Oswaldo Cabrera, J.C. Escarra, and Yorbit Vivas right now. That's unquestionable. So right now, that's kind of a weak bottom of the order if those guys aren't hitting. So I don't blame them for putting Volpe in the 6th spot tonight. Santiago Rivas says that Judge is going deep. We'll see. Info says earthquake in the 4th inning. Hope not. Hope not. And yes, the baseball travels at this ballpark. It is known as kind of a launching pad. So, we'll see how it shakes out. I'll be back after the game. We got TK joining tonight. We're going to just talk through the game. I'm going to be very tired. I'm not going to lie to you folks. By 12:45, that's way past my bedtime. So I'm going to lean on TK a lot to carry the load tonight. And then hopefully I'll be back when I'm awake tomorrow. But anyway, we'll see you after the game tonight. Tune in, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you in a few hours. Hey, while I've got you here, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Pinstripe Territory is the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We are home to the #1 most watched MLB postgame show on YouTube since 2021. We're here after every Yankees game and for reactions to all the best news and rumors during the offseason. Be a part of the show by calling into the voicemail 718-899-1068. Try to keep it clean for me. And if you ever miss us on YouTube, be sure and subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms. Go ahead and rate us 5 stars. It'll help other people find the show. Thanks for watching. See ya.